Hello, everybody. Well, mental, clinical depression, depression itself. That's what I'm going to be talking on because it's a very serious subject, right? And basically, you sometimes have family members or friends that are suffering from it. So I'm just gonna be, giving off a few, symptoms that a person might be suffering from it, and then maybe you can urge your loved one to go in to actually get checked because it takes a person to be strong in order to go in, and only the weak person is the one to decide not to go get help. So, let them know that if you know they don't want to go in. Particularly, I'm referring to men. Mostly men, we like to try the macho thing. I'm big, bad, this or that, or I can handle it on my own, you know. And they see that as a form of weakness if they go out there to actually get help. So I'm here to say that the strong one is the one that actually does the right thing in order to go get the help so that they can talk to somebody so that they can figure out what's going on. So, some of the symptoms that I've read a little bit on, as well as I've seen, is that a person would, who usually is talking and socializing, and then all of a sudden, for a good 2 weeks or to a month or even 4 months, they just completely go the opposite way and stop talking, stop socializing. They're restless. Sometimes they don't get no sleep at night. Most of the time, days on end. I'm referring to when I say days on end, I mean days on end. Um, it could be weeks. Also restlessness, also appetite, not eating. Um, there can be a lack, like not being able to concentrate and make decisions that they usually do make and can make, but for the next for a few weeks or months, they can't make a decision. They've been not social. They've not been able to eat. Nighttime they can't sleep, or it could be the opposite. They're sleeping a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like days and days on end, right? Um, Sadness, the feeling of hopelessness, restlessness, not having not being worthy or have no worth at all, hopelessness, thoughts of suicide, um, just things of that nature. They're suffering from, right? If you see or anybody that actually has those symptoms and they've been having those symptoms for um, weeks. I'm talking like maybe 2 weeks on up. You should urge them to actually go in and, you know, talk to somebody and get some help and see if they maybe have clinical depression or they have another thing called major depression. There's many different types of depression. Okay, so if you see anybody in your family or friends, or even you might see somebody that's a stranger that you frequently have seen, maybe you have a business and you've seen this person on and on, and they seem that they have become completely different for a while with those symptoms that I'm speaking on, then please urge them to go in. Tell them that strength is within going to actually get the help. Strength is not thinking that you can just do it on your own and um, just pack it on. Now, one of the things that I do want to share with you that I helped a family member with who basically had several deaths and was before that had some depression going on, was two things that I spoke to them with, and that is first, this concept of no one cares. Generally people, not all people that suffer from clinic depression, they feel like no one cares or no one understands. The no one understands part, you tell them, well, there is somebody that understands completely or on a fuller level, and that is that person who deals with these type of issues. So that's one thing you want to tell the person, that that person can understand, and that is why that person is the one that you should go talk to about this on the fuller level so that you can, find out what's going on. And it takes a strong person to actually do that. Um, The other thing is let them know that you're not weak. Like if you know your family member, you know your friend, maybe they think that, it's a form of weakness. So then you reverse it and let them know, no, weakness is if you do not go get help. Strength is that having the courage to actually get up and go get help. So always want to tell a person this thing if you know that they're an ego strong person, right? The second thing I want to share before my time is up is that um, I was sitting down with my family member, and I explained to him that life is in stages. That life, that there was no death that occurred. That life is in stages. Life is like a racetrack, and this is the key word. Life is like a racetrack, and we are all on this racetrack. All right, and there's different stages of this racetrack, right? So before you were in your mother's stomach, right, and then you came into this level of life, right, and the person that you believe has died actually um just went to another stage of life. It's a racetrack, so they are ahead of you and they are waiting for you to catch up. One of these days you will catch up and you will meet your loved one, so the separation is not forever. They have their tests in life and you have your tests in life, and therefore, one day as you go through the test of life, on the racetrack of the test of life, you are behind your loved one and eventually will meet up with them. So don't take this as a means of complete separation or final separation or kaput. That's it. There's nothing else. Okay, don't take it like that. We are on the racetrack of life. So that ends my time. I hope I share some things with you. And remember, get your loved one some help and urge them. Thank you very much. You all have a good night.